slightly down. Okay, better. Let's just stand for a few moments before we begin. So welcome to Wednesday morning self-healing class. Going to be a slightly different one today. We're going to be doing some sitting. So you can start to think about, after we've done our warm-up exercises, about a dining room chair. Normally it's quite good to have something with a straight back. But you could also sit on a couch if you want to try and keep your back straight. So you'll have to take your phone with you and rearrange your house or whatever for the class. But anyway, we'll have a moment to rearrange ourselves before we begin the sitting and meditation today. Okay, so we'll still do 10 minutes of warm-up, just very basic, simple warm-up exercises. If you're watching the video, you don't want to do the warm-up, you can just fast forward to the sitting meditation today. Okay, so we stand with our feet at shoulder width apart, our knees gently bent, back nice and straight. All the movement comes from the belly, from deep inside lower dantian. The arms hang down by the sides, nice and relaxed. So the first instruction is draw mind back. Mind outside in the outside world, roving around, doing its thing. We draw it back inside, draw it back into upper dantian. Move the mind down into the belly, lower dantian. Settle your mind deep inside your body, and then gently turn your body to see how it feels. Nice easy turns. Check out the spine, see how it is. And then we can release and gently tap onto the body. Keep the shoulders relaxed, keep the elbows relaxed, keep the wrists relaxed, open the palms and have them tap onto the side of your body. Nice and relaxed, nice and easy. So last week we took a detour and we did some aortic breathing. It's got another name, but anyway, yes, some aortic breathing. And that was just a quick aside. I wanted to finish off today by going back through Dr. Pang's sounds once more. But this time I thought I would do them in a sitting posture. So when we finish doing our warm-up and we get ourselves into a nice chi state, we can just find something, just rearrange yourself so you can find somewhere comfortable to sit with your phone and do these sacred sounds. Although Dr. Pang doesn't call them sacred sounds, that comes from much older Qigong. It's the 6 sacred sounds which we've done before on this class. He calls it the 5 organ healing sounds. So we know the 5 organs are the principal ones in our body: our heart, the summertime, our spleen, pancreas, omertum, that's the sort of the fatty apron across the front of the body for the late summer. So late summer comes in about the 2nd week of August, I think, and it runs through probably till the 2nd or 3rd week of September. There's a solstice in September, I think, around about the 21st maybe. And so we start to feel the effects of late summer coming in sometime at the beginning of August. And then it runs through until middle of September. And then we move into autumn, lungs. Eventually our lung energy shifts into winter and we get to the kidneys, the water element, and eventually spring arrives, the liver element, and eventually spring gives way to summer, which is the heart, where we are again. The reason that I'm wearing bright red, to stimulate heart energy. So in the 5 elements system, there are all sorts of things that you can do to stimulate particular parts of the body. You can think about the colors. So there's a set of Chinese exercises which are called taking in the, and then you put a color in, taking in the red, taking in the green, taking in the blue, taking in the white, taking in the yellow. And so for the heart time, you're taking in the red is imagining breathing a deep breath in through your mouth, red chi pouring down into your heart, glowing around your heart. And then when you breathe out, you just release the breath without any kind of like, power or any I can't think of the word I'm looking for. You don't use any power. That's exactly it. It just lets the breath go. So you can use the colors as a sort of color therapy, if you like. So we have the idea of drawing the colors into our body, and we use those colors in this set as well. We haven't really got onto them very much. But there's another aspect to it as well, which is using the emotions. And it's rather an interesting one, but it's a slightly sort of tricky one as well. And so when you run through the 5 organ method exercises, so this is slowly where I'm heading. I'm moving towards a new set of exercises, which are the 5 organ sounds, but with movement as well. And when you move on to those, you see that there are instructions to use emotions to generate the feelings in the organs, if you like. And so we'll look at that a little bit. And so, for instance, you might look at the liver, and Dr. Bang says things like, stare at the tip of your index finger with anger. So we don't want to be, crazy, crashing our emotions all over the place, but everybody can sum up a little bit of the essence of anger. And so we think about anger, and that sort of stimulates movement inside the liver. So each organ has an associated set of emotions. Some only have one, some have many. And by getting in contact with that emotion in a very, very superficial way, in a very gentle way, we can also start to release that emotion in the organ. And so when you, in this exercise set, I find myself doing the exercise and I'm sort of frowning at my middle finger. I'm not wanting to, knock anybody down or cut my finger off or anything like that. But I'm just looking at my finger with a sort of slightly, cross frown. And that's just enough just to kind of generate a little bit of the emotion inside your body. And when you're working with the emotion, it helps to focus things. So we can use the sound, we can use the color, we can use the associated emotion, but also we can use the time of year. Okay, so, at the moment we're doing heart exercise. We try and do a little bit extra heart exercise. We also do a little bit extra of the next one coming up, which is the earth spleen exercise. And then the rest of them we can just do slightly less of. So we can kind of press the button a bit more firmly when it comes to the season we're in and the season that we're going into. You'll notice sometimes I do extra kidney as well, because I think you can do extra kidney anytime. And so it's kind of like, well, that's almost all of them. But yeah. So yeah, I tend to do the season I'm in, the season that's coming up, and give the kidneys an extra little bit. We don't need to worry so much about the lungs and the liver at the moment. So yes, you can press extra buttons in this idea. And you might just choose to do all heart exercise at this time of year, all spleen exercises when we move into late summer, or, so you can really sort of make it very, very specific. Okay, let's let this whole thing slow, 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 and it slows down to a gentle stop. Very good. Okay, let's lift chi up, gal, and pour chi down. Lift and gather. And gently pull. Focusing everything into your belly. Once more, lift and gather. And gently pull. So hopefully 3 times is enough to keep you in balance, but we'll also keep going with that if you wish to. Otherwise, we'll just move on to our forward and back bends. So raise the hands up into the blue sky, stretch up, blue sky, chi. And then release the knees and hips forward, and you can gently lean back and up, gently back, stretch up, gently back, stretch up, back, and then hands up in the blue sky. So to bend the nape of the neck, we just use the arms and the ears. We don't press the arms against the ears. We just bring them in parallel to each other. So tip over your arms and your ears beside each other, and that really bends the nape of your neck. And then we start to bend into the upper back, we start to bend into the middle back, and we start to bend into the lower back, and we just let the body hang down and relax, nice and easy. Back of the neck is soft, knees are soft. Okay, good. So we've split the foot into 4 pieces. Gently stretch down towards your toes and release. In line with the roots of your toes and release. In line with your insteps and release. Head back towards your heels. Good. Let the body just hang, relax. Lift the tailbone up behind. Push the tailbone to the front of the body. Roll the spine up. Bring up the head and the arms and the ears. Gently stretch up. Gently stretch up. Knees and hips drift forward. We lean back. Up. And gently back. Up. Gently back. Up. And gently back. Hands up in the blue sky. Arms and ears tip over. Upper back gently bends. Middle back gently bends. Lower back gently bends. The knees are soft. The body relaxes down. Allow the body to easily hang and relax. The back of the neck is relaxed. Knees are relaxed. We stretch softly down towards our toes and then release. In line with the roots of our toes and release. In line with the insteps and release. And then gently heading back toward the heels or as deep as you wish to go. And relax and release. Let the body hang. Lift the tailbone up behind, push the tailbone toward the front, roll the spine up, bring up the head and the arms and ears as if lifting up a big weight. Stretch up, blue sky, chi, stretch up, stretch up. Knees and hips drift forward, you can gently lean back. Up and back. Up and back. Up and back. Hands up in the blue sky. Can we try and do these with straight legs now, just to give the hamstrings an extra stretch out? Hands in the blue sky. Arms and ears tip over. Upper back, middle back, lower back. Try and keep the legs as straight as you can. Tuck in the tummy. Let the back of the neck be soft and relaxed down. Okay, sink down towards the toes and release. In line with the roots of our toes and release. In line with the insteps and release. In line with the heels. Let the body hang and relax. Lift the tailbone up behind. Push tailbone to the front. Roll the spine up. Head, arms, and ears gently come up. Up, up, up. Stretch up, stretch up, stretch up. Blue sky, chi. Knees and hips drifting forward. You gently lean back and up. Back. Stretch up. Back and up. One more time. Back. Stretch up, hands up into the blue sky. Okay, so one last time. Arms and ears tip over. Upper back, middle back, lower back. Body hangs down and relaxes. Back of the neck soft and relaxed. Okay, extending gently to the toes, feeling the hamstrings stretch open and release. In line with the roots of our toes, just letting the hamstrings stretch open and release. In line with our insteps, just getting deeper each time, stretch open and release. And eventually back to the heels,
Nice deep bend. Okay, great. Body hangs and relaxes. Okay, so we lift the tailbone up behind, push tailbone to the front of the body, roll spine up, lift up head, arms and ears, stretch up, stretch up, stretch up. Okay, knees and hips drift forward. You can lean back and up, back, stretch up, back and up, back. Hands up in the blue sky, stretch up. Just draw the hands over the crown of your head and allow the chi to pour down through your body. Gentle torrent of chi pouring through your body, filling your body with this healing chi. Releasing the hands down the sides, they drift down. And then we can lift and gather to take some chi in. So lift up and gather. Gently pull. Focus everything deep into your belly. All the chi gathers behind the belly button, deep inside. Then we release the hands and the chi flows down. Lift and gather. Gently pull. Focusing deep inside. And relax and release. One more time. And again, if you feel wobbly or dizzy, think about your feet. Imagine your toes pressing against the ground. Imagine all the chi moving down from your head, moving down from your chest, moving deep into your belly. Bring yourself back to the center of yourself, but also thinking about the ground. That helps to balance you as well. Okay, so last thing, some side bends. Draw the right hand up into the air. And as we exhale, we gently go across to the left. Gently breathe in, lift up your right hand. Swap the hands over. Breathe and stretch up on the left. And head across to the right side. Breathe and lift up. Swap the hands over. Breathe and lift up. Let's head left. Breathe and lift up. Swap hands over. Breathe and stretch up. Head right. Okay, we'll do one more for each side. Breathe and lift up. Exhale, switch over. Breathe and stretch up. Head left. Breathe and stretch up. Turn the hands over. Breathe and stretch up. And across to the right. Good. Lift both hands up into the blue sky. Let the hands drift down the sides. Chi settling in your body. And then we'll just pull down 3 more times. So hands go deep, we lift up. And then we pour down. Draw down. Sink down. Deep into the belly. And then relax. Lift up and gather. And gently pull. Moving any excess energy out of your head. Drawing any excess energy down to your belly to store it. Continuing the beautiful circuit through your body, to the feet, to the ground, to the earth, lifting up from the earth, up into the blue sky, creating this wonderful circuit through your body, pouring down, connecting with nature chi deep inside, connecting deep into the earth. Okay, so I cunningly happen to have a chair right beside me, but let's just have a minute or so just to organize ourselves, and then we'll do our 8 phrases and we'll do our sitting 5 organ sounds.
when you're sitting, it's always better if you can sit on something like a dining room chair, because it keeps a nice sort of straight back. The standing posture and the sitting posture are different to each other. Sorry, a bit obvious that. But apart from the fact that one's standing and one's sitting, what differs is the shape of your back. So when you're standing, I ask you to tip your tailbone forwards, and that pushes the small of the back backwards. However, when you're sitting, you let your tummy just relax forward, and you let your lower back curve. So that's, if you've been thinking about how standing works with this idea of tailbone tucked forward and a nice straight back here, the reverse is totally true of the sitting exercise. And for the life of me, I can't tell you why. I'm just going to close a window here. It just is what it is. And so we take up a sitting posture, back nice and straight, lower back is gently curved, tummy is just relaxed forward. I think that we're making space for lower dantian. Gently lift hui-yin between your legs. We can still lift hui-yin, just gently tightening between the legs. Bai hui, blue sky. Qi, pouring down. Feet flat on the ground. Energy surging up. Hands, lower dantian is always a good place. Can also be on your knees, doesn't really matter. But yeah, for the 8 phrases, we might just put them on our lower dantian, onto the belly. So the 8 phrases of Qi, a song and poem by Dr. Pang Ming, who created 𝐙𝐡𝐢𝐧𝐞 𝐬𝐺. And this is the essence of 𝐙𝐡𝐢𝐧𝐞 𝐬𝐺, all in one, 8 phrases, one little group of 8 lines. Actually, we sing it as 10 lines, but yeah, it's 8 in essential. Repeat the last line 3 times. Okay, so it goes like this. To tian che di Qian song yi chang Wai ji ne jian Xin chong mao gong yi nian bo qi shen zhu tai kong shen yi jiao ti 就身荣荣，就身荣荣，就身荣荣。It's the translation of this poem. It's difficult in English because Chinese is so succinct and has so many lovely ideas encapsulated in each little character. But for us, we need to explain. Feet connected deep into the earth, but beyond that, out into the blue sky. Head connected into the heavens, but above that, out into the blue sky. Connecting in all directions, out into the universe. When we connect in this way, our body starts to relax. Let your body relax, and your mind can gently expand. So normally the mind seems to be trapped inside this brain of ours, but now we can allow our mind to gently expand through our body, expand into our chi field, expand out into the space around us. Expand beyond that. Imagine you can expand across your entire continent. Imagine you can expand across the whole globe. Imagine you can expand out and see our beautiful blue planet laid before you, the moon, the sun, the stars. Imagine you can expand out, see the Milky Way, the depth of our galaxy. Imagine you can expand out to our galaxy and beyond our galaxies. What a clever, powerful tool your brain is. One moment, we're trapped inside our body, and the next, we're voyaging the entire universe. So we bring ourselves back and we think about finding our way back to our universe, and we find our Milky Way and the galaxy, and we find our way back to our solar system with our planets and the sun, and find our beautiful Earth, and then work our way gently back to our continent, our country, our county, and then moving gently back into our workspace and into our body. One moment, you fill the entirety of the universe, and the next, you fill the entirety of your body. We try to keep our minds clear, no distracting thoughts. Gently move them to one side if a thought pops up. You can always deal with it later. We take up this gentle, humble stance to find some inner peace. When you scan through your body, you can think about anywhere that may not be working exactly as you want it to be. You could send loving, healing light into your body. Illuminate the parts of the body that could do with some help. Illuminate the whole of your body. And then draw back deep inside lower dantian. Expanding around your body, drawing back into lower dantian. Simple, open and close. Expanding out into the universe, drawing back into the depths of your body. Same thing. Simple, open and close. When we do this, the whole of our body relaxes into the chi field. We become one. We harmonize ourselves in the chi field. We connect with all the other 𝐙𝐡𝐢𝐧𝐞 players in the 𝐙𝐡𝐢𝐧𝐞 𝐬𝐿 chi field. A huge family supporting you. You're never alone in 𝐙𝐡𝐢𝐧𝐞 𝐬𝐿. Millions of people out there doing the same as you. We say no time, no space. So whether they started half an hour before you, start an hour after you, we're all still connected in the chi field. So here you are, body relaxed, mind expanded, chi flowing well in your body. Now then, we spend a lot of time talking about lower dantian, the belly, behind the belly button. This is where all the chi gathers. But now what we're thinking about is middle dantian. So middle dantian sits behind your breastbone. It's a bit difficult to exactly point out where middle dantian lives. If you know your acupuncture system, it's kind of is it Shuhai? I never can remember the name of it. In the center of your chest, behind your breastbone, it's kind of slightly below your heart, slightly behind your stomach, deep inside you, in the middle of your body, let's just say. And so we can find this place by having our hands onto the center of our chest, and then we say the tone ling, L-I-N-G, ling, and then you go with the up tone in Chinese. So in Chinese language, there are 4 tones. One is descending, ling. One is arising, ling. One is flat, ling. And one is rising and lowering, ling. And so we have the 4 different tones. And so what we're going to do is just use the flat tone and then the raising up tone. So first of all, we say ling. Breathe in. Ling. Just short. Ling. Upwards. Ling. 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 So when you say ling, you can feel a vibration in the center of your chest. You have your hand on your breastbone. You can feel where that vibration is coming from. When you say ling, you can feel the little jump of your diaphragm. And that helps you to zero in on exactly where middle dantian is. Let's just do ling, ling a few more times. Breathing in. ling, 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 ling. So we just move our hands a tiny bit to get the center of the palm exactly over the center of middle dantian. Ling, 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 ling. One more time. Ling, ling. So we prepare the body with a tone which is wong, ching. So we use ching later on, which kind of brings all the chi together. But wong, wong opens up the chi, and then ching makes it vibrate very centrally, if you like. So it says wong. Little breath in, ching. So let's try that together. Breathe in. Ching. Breathe in, Wong Ching. Chi is gathering in the center of your chest. An abundance of chi is building. Breathe in. Ching. Two more. Last time, breathe in. Okay. So this wong tone, you kind of open inside your mouth. Wong. Don't really open the mouth too wide, but you let the cavity inside your mouth open. Wong. And then the NG always turns the tone back inside. It's like the letter G. We go around the circle, wong, and it comes down and curls back towards itself. Wong Ching brings you deep into the center. And look out for the NG ending. Ching has it too. Ching. Ching brings us back inside as well. Okay, so let's start with our heart. So if you have your hands on middle dantian, the heart is going to be just a tiny bit higher up than that. Just stop for a moment and feel your heart. Can you feel into your heart? Can you feel the physical organ? Can you feel the energetic organ? Feeling deep inside. When we feel our heart, we engender a feeling of love and openness. Feel love and openness arriving in your heart. The heart's a delicate organ, so we go firstly for the physical, then for the chi level, and the third tone is the shen level. So we just go very gentle on the last one. So let's do 6 of the heart tone, shin, focusing on the emotion of love and openness. So feel love and openness. Now there's an odd thing here we can do. The heart, When we put our hand, so we're staring at the back of our hand, this gives a little aide-memoire for which finger relates to which organ. So we have the earth, and we do a campfire. So the earth is your thumb, and then we put some wood onto the earth to make our fire, and we put some fire onto the earth, this is the heart finger, and then onto the wood, sorry, and then we put a metal pan on top of our fire, and then we boil some water. So we have earth, and we have wood, we have fire, we have metal, and we have water, represented by each of those fingers. So that's confusing because the middle finger relates to the heart. And if you know your acupuncture, the heart channel runs in your little finger. So this is not the same system at all. This is like a holographic system. So when we think about the heart, we think about the middle finger. Why not hold your middle finger with one hand? Massage your middle finger gently with that hand as we do the heart tones, and we think about openness, happiness, and love arising. Oddly enough, there's a focus point as well, which is focusing gently on your chin. So you can put your mind on the tip of your chin. The first heart tone is shin, like shin on your body. Shin, and we can say it quite strongly. Let's take a breath in. We do 6 shins. Breathe in. Shin. Think about joy and happiness. Breathe in. Shin. Gently holding the middle finger, massaging the middle finger. One more for the heart. Gentle breathing, gently massaging the middle finger. Our attention is gently down towards our chin. We go on to the next heart tone, which is more about the chi of the heart, and it is Xiang. Xiang, which is this one that turns back on itself. Xiang. Just slightly softer. Breathe in. Think about love and joy and happiness. One more. Thinking about joy and happiness arising. Think about love arising. Think about hatred disappearing. Just allowing your body to become much more stable. So when the heart is out of balance, there's a kind of giddiness and instability. And now we bring our heart into balance. Now we're going to say the final tone, which is the Shen tone, the kind of spiritual tone. So again, we can be much more gentle for this. It is Shing, S-H-I-N-G, Shing. Focus on the chin. Focus on love. Gentle breath in. Shing. Breathing in. Give our middle finger one last massage. Think about love arriving in your life. Think about hatred disappearing. Think about your heart, bright red, chi and blood flowing well, your heart in perfect working order. So now we move on to our spleen. And then the spleen has got a different tone. Gang, fu, and then you break and you take a breath and you say jong. So it goes gang, fu. Little breath in. Jong. So when we do this, we concentrate on the tip of our nose. So we just have our mind gently in the tip of our nose, thinking about the hand. The earth is spleen, and that's your thumb. So we gently hold the thumb while we do this. So the tone, gang fu, break, jong. Gang fu, jong. Spleen is all about trust, trusting appropriately. That's a really big thing for some people. Some people just can't get trust right. They're constantly letting scammers into their lives, bad people into their lives, and some people won't let anybody into their lives. Heart closed, no trust. So our spleen is all to do with opening up and letting the trust flow appropriately. Okay. So we just gently think of the idea of worry. We think about the tip of our nose, we use the emotion worry. Just feel slightly worried. Try not to get yourself deeply into a cycle of bad thinking about things that you actually have to worry about. Just try and get this kind of idea of worry. So the spleen can kind of vibrate this idea of worry out. So gang fu, breathe in, jong. Okay, so let's take a breath together and do gang fu. Gang fu. Gentle breath in. Jong. Jong. Gang fu. Gang fu. Gently breathe in. Jong. This does all three aspects, the physical, the chi, and the spiritual aspect. So we just massage gently into our thumb. We think about the tip of our nose. We have this just slight whiff of worry. And then we say gang fu jong. Breathe in. Gang fu. Jong. One more time through gang fu jong. Gang breath in. Gently massage the thumbs still. We just think about trust, being balanced, working well. Our worries dissipate. All overthinking or rumination disappears. We just feel balanced in our thoughts. Okay, so as we move through our seasons, we then move to the lungs. So the lungs have got a curious set of sounds. The first one is sang, just like she sang a song. Sang. Goes back inside. The second tone hisses out, s, and then breathes in. And then it goes, song. So actually, you breathe out for s, but then you breathe in for. So you've still got a breath in, and you let it out with song. So you don't need to kind of like take another breath in between the two of those. So sang is one breath, and then song is the second breath. Okay, so just think about your spine. Just think about the whole of your spine, heading down from the atlas bone all the way to the tailbone. This is what we think about when we think about our lung chi. This is where we concentrate. But what emotion do we use? Wow, the lungs have got such heavy emotions. Sadness, shame, sorrow, guilt, grief. Wow, plenty of stuff going on there. So we're thinking about the we're thinking about the opposite of those, honesty and integrity. So we're going to let all of the sadness and the sorrow and the shame go, and that's with the kind of comes out of your mouth like a cloud, and then song, and we're just dissolving all this guilt, sadness, shame, sorrow, guilt, and grief. And in its place, we have honesty and integrity. It rises up inside our bodies. We keep our mind on our spine while we do this exercise. And the final little adjustment would be having a look at this. So we're talking about the earth, which is spleen. We're talking about the wood, which is liver. We're talking about the fire, which is heart. We're talking about the metal, which is lung. So there we are. It's ring finger. We're going to massage. Gently massaging your ring finger and thinking about sang and then the break. That sort of sip in closes the alveoli, the aorta in your lungs, valves in your lungs. So as you hiss out, they all vibrate. And then as you sip in, it just kind of closes everything abruptly. So it keeps the health of the lung very strong. So as I always imagine, you're sucking through a straw and a piece of something gets stuck in the bottom and you can't go on any further. Okay, so we're massaging our ring finger, sang, sip, sip, and song. Okay, so breathe in for sang. Sip comes next. Breathe in. Feel the whole of your spine vibrating. Breathe in. Sang. Breathe in for slip. Okay, breathe in. Song. Gently massaging the ring finger. Sorry. Yeah, it's the middle finger. I've been telling you the wrong thing. I'm so sorry. Middle finger. I think you probably were doing the right thing anyway. Stop. Right. Earth. Yes, that's right. So earth, wood, fire. It is the ring finger. But of course I got my hand upside down. That's why it confused me so much. Massaging the ring finger. Sip song. Breathing in. Oh, sorry, that's supposed to be sang. So let's breathe in and do sang. Breathe in. Breathing in. Massaging the ring finger. Breathing in. Sadness and sorrow, guilt, grief, and shame disappear. Honesty arises. We think about our whole spine. One more time for the whole thing. Breathing in. Breathe in. Nice, gentle, easy breathing. Okay, so we move on from autumn to winter. This is the pinky, squeezing your pinky finger, and the emotion is fear. So we just feel slightly fearful, just a little edge of fear, just kind of generates a bit of movement in the energy of your spleen, energy of your kidneys. So the kidney sound is odd. It's so we can really cough out. When you do, it makes your kidneys bounce up on your diaphragm. So you have our first breath saying and really feeling the kidneys bouncing around. And then we have you, you and ying all go into one word. So interesting enough, we've done our spine. Now we're thinking about the back of the head. Hold sort of the back of the head area when we're doing this exercise. Holding the little finger, saying you, ying, and thinking about all fear dissipating. And of course, when you let your fear get out of the way, your wisdom arrives. You can't be wise when you're scared. How can you make wise decisions when you're terrified? So we feel wisdom arriving. First breath, make your kidneys bounce. Cough out, breathe in. Gentle breath in for you, ying. Squeezing the little finger, thinking of the back of the head, imagining a little bit of fear, just a tiny bit of fear. Breathing in for breathing in. You ying. Breathing in. Getting those kidneys bouncing is really good. You ying. Thinking about the back of your head. Think about fear dissipating. Think about wisdom rising. do a few more for the kidneys. If you're someone who has a kidney issue, you can just think about doing this kidney exercise every day on its own if you wish. Kidney tone, shall I say. Okay, let's take a breath in. Breathe in. Gentle breath in. Last time. Breathing deep. Gently massaging the little finger. Think about all fear dissipating. Think about your wisdom arising. And then we go through to the springtime, and that is our liver exercises. The liver also gets balanced in the same way by the tone two, 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 spitting out two, as if you're spitting out with anger. So we think about general low level of anger when we're using this to stimulate the emotion in the liver, spitting out two, 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 two. And then Ju Ling. Breathe in, Ju, and it just gently moves into Ling. So use about half the breath for Ju, half the breath for Ling. Okay, so in our analogy here, we've got our earth and then we've got our wood. So this one is your index finger. So we're squeezing the index finger to connect with our liver. To connect with our liver. Okay, so anger. What happens is that you can't really be compassionate or kind if you've constantly got anger flowing around your body. So we let that anger go with our Julie. The anger fades away, and then we feel the kindness rising. And that is just the breastbone that we focus on for this exercise. So think about your breastbone, holding your index finger, and we're going to do 2, 2, 2, and then Julie. Breathing in. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Breathe in, Julie. Gentle breath in. Spitting out all of the anger from your body. Kindness and compassion arising. Breathe in. Breath in for Juling. Breathe in. Anger filtering away. Last time. We find compassion and happiness arising. Our mind gently resting on the breastbone, squeezing the index finger. All of these conditions, perfect for for changing the value of our liver chi. So how do we bring it all together? We use the Qing tone. So you can make the Qing hands if you're with. We do it at the end of our set. Bring the right hand up, left hand down, pull the thumbs together, thumb on one end, and then bring that and rest it against lower dantian. So wherever you found ling, ling, you just rest this Hunyuan hands there. And we're going to say Qing, just to bring everything together. Breathing in. Qing. Qing has got the English word in the middle of it, Q-I-N-G. So it's going in, deep inside your middle dantian. Breathe in. Qing. Breathe in. Release your hands down by the sides. Let your body relax for a moment. Blood and qi flowing well through your organs, an abundance of energy deep in your organs. Middle dantian qi is abundant, and therefore lower dantian qi is abundant as well. Upper dantian qi as well, but deep inside the center of you, middle and lower dantian, filled with qi. Blood and qi flowing well, an abundance of energy deep inside. All functions of your body returning to perfect working order. So as we have our hands onto the center of our chest or onto lower dantian, whichever feels right for you, you can think about your wei qi energy field. You can think about this lovely layer of qi all around your skin. Think about your skin glowing and healthy. Think about your wei qi layer glowing and healthy. Think about your qi body glowing and healthy. An abundance of energy in these qi fields, protecting you, keeping you safe. Then you deep inside these wonderful qi fields, qi deep inside your heart, qi deep inside your spleen, pancreas, qi deep inside your lungs, deep inside your kidneys, deep inside your liver, all of the organs working well. Qi inside middle dantian, an abundance of qi. Any excess qi goes down into lower dantian, an abundance of qi deep inside lower dantian. Lower dantian qi is abundant. You can imagine moving it up your spine into your brain, fill your neck and your shoulders, your arms, fill the whole of your spine, fill the upper torso, middle and lower torso, fill into your hips, your tailbone, into your hip joints, into your thighs, into your knee joints, into your calves, into your ankle joints, into your feet, and then the soles of the feet, the back surface of your body, the whole of your skin, wei qi layer, qi body. See yourself as a being of light. Just for a moment, give yourself good information. Send some good information to your body. Tell your body something is healed, something's working well. You fix something. Then you put a big smile on your face. You slowly open your eyes. You can release your hands down by the side. You can shake out a bit. You can stand up if you wish. It's not important, but we can stand up to close. Maybe you want to do a little bit of stretching out. Again, very, very careful with your stretching. You've been sitting for a long time, and so it's important not to suddenly stand up and make yourself very dizzy, not to suddenly bend over and make yourself very dizzy. Always moving stuff back down to lower dantian if you feel lightheaded in any way. Okay. So we can put our hands on our belly, think about our qi body for a moment, and then slowly open our eyes, release our hands down by our sides, shake out, and then we're going to say hao la. So unfortunately, if you unmute yourself, you'll suddenly arrive on YouTube and then everybody will see you. So leave yourselves unmuted, it's no problem. Not the same with the camera. If you want to put your camera on, no problem. That doesn't attract attention, apparently. So we're going to say hao la 3 times. Hao la means good already. Everything we've worked with, good already, sorted, fixed. So like a sort of a stamp at the end of our set. Put our hands up in the air. I count 1, 2, and then we shout hao la. So hands up in the air. 1, 2. Hao la. 1, 2. Hao la. 1, 2. Hao la. And then we make the same Hunyuan entirety hands again. Right hand comes up, left hand goes down, pull the fingers together, thumbs on the end. Thank you so much for being here today. I think we've probably finished with our 5 organs, but there are 5 of them or 4 of them, can't remember, online for you to recap if you want to go back to them. And next week, something new, who knows? Good to see you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.